now going to hand over to our head teacher, Mr. Travis, to introduce himself.
Good evening and welcome to Broomfield School and to our virtual open evening. We are here this evening to help you decide on the school for your children for the next 5 years. The choice of secondary school is, of course, a tremendously important decision, and we hope to show you that Broomfield School is the right school for your boys and girls. The choice of a secondary school is so very important that parents need to know as much as they reasonably can about the schools available to them. Now, the virus has made coming into schools for open evenings and open mornings impossible. Yet, seeing a school for yourself is vital rather than just relying on hearsay and reputation. So, we have organized this virtual open evening to be as close as the real thing as is possible. We have a number of videos showing you what you would have seen had you been able to come in. We have a number of us speaking live so that you might pick up a sense of what we are like. And we have an interactive Q&A session at the end of the presentations. We expect the presentations and videos to take about 35 minutes before we move to the Q&As. And we've tried to strike the right balance between, on the one hand, not being too long, and on the other hand, not being too short, but you'll judge whether we've succeeded or not. So that sets the scene. Now let me tell you about Broomfield School. Our examination results are good. These days, you do not have to take a head teacher's word for a statement like that. You can look at the DFE Schools Comparison site. And if you go to this site, you will see a number of very important things about Broomfield. Firstly, our examination progress 8 score is good and at the national average and compares favorably to other schools in Enfield and around us. The progress 8 is the best measure of examination success parents have ever had, as it takes 8 subjects, including English, Math, Science, and looks at the progress pupils have made at a secondary school or in their secondary school since they started in year 7. And in calculating this score, the schools throughout the whole of the country are taken into account. Secondly, the comparison site will also show you that most of our pupils do what is called the English Baccalaureate, the EBAC. And that is a group of subjects. It is English, mathematics, science, modern foreign languages, history or geography. And the EBAC is strongly recommended by the DFE, the Department for Education, and Ofsted, because it is evidence that the school ensures that its boys and girls have a firm academic grounding that will stand them in good stead for their future studies, including university, and stand them in good stead for jobs beyond. This academic base is at Broomfield, then balanced with the option subjects such as music, drama, computing, religious education, physical education, media studies, and so on. Thirdly, the DFE website will also show you that 100% of Broomfield pupils left us after their examinations to go into further education, training, or employment. We prepared them well. Teaching at Broomfield School is good, and our teaching body is stable. We only had 1 teacher leave us at the end of the last academic year, and therefore we only needed 1 new teacher for the September start. We all know the difference that excellent teachers make to our learning. When I think back at the subjects I most enjoyed as a schoolboy, they were those subjects in which I really liked the teachers. We at Broomfield will not appoint teachers unless they are highly qualified, love their subjects, and love working with children. Behaviour at Broomfield School is good. We have a strong discipline code, a code that is based on reason and not rules simply for their own sake, so the pupils understand and appreciate them. and we have good systems in place to ensure that the pupils follow this discipline code. We will not tolerate low-level disruption to lessons. We will not tolerate bullying. And it is because we take a very clear and firm stance over bullying that there is very little bullying in our school. As a community, our pupils look after one another, and we have a number of pupils who themselves are trained as anti-bullying mentors. At Broomfield, we encourage our pupils to grow into responsible adults. We encourage our young men and women to take responsibility for their lives and their learning and to stand on their own 2 feet. So we have positions of responsibility throughout the school from years 7 to 11. We have house captains. We have form captains in each of the forms. We have an active and responsible school council, and we have a prefect system in year 11. At Broomfield, we do not think it's sufficient simply to be well qualified. We want our pupils to have a good character and to be good people, to have courage and compassion, to stand up for what is right and to be resilient at times of difficulty, and so on. In these ways, we reinforce the high and proper values and standards of behavior that you, the parents, insist on for your children. We are a small school, and the governors intend us to stay that way. We currently have around 750 pupils, and because of this, we know each and every pupil, and we are able to care for every boy and girl. No pupil is able to drift through school coasting and unknown, or unhappy and alone, as might happen in one of the bigger schools. Our pupils at Broomfield School are happy pupils. Pupils feel happy if they are safe, if they get on well with one another, if they know they are developing in their studies and making good progress, if they make good friends, and if they like their teachers because they know and understand that their teachers care for them and want what is best for them. These are our pupils. So, to sum up our distinctive nature, we aim to educate the whole person. We want our boys and girls to leave our school, Broomfield School, excelling in a host of areas and to be well-rounded individuals. It is our job to provide our pupils, your sons and daughters, with the very best education possible. We want every single pupil to excel. Our pupils are to reach their full potential in their academic work, their lessons, their study. Our pupils are to reach their full potential physically and in their sports. Our pupils are to reach their full potential in their social, spiritual, and moral lives. This is our aim. And in this way, when your sons and daughters come to leave Broomfield School in 5 years' time, they will be knowledgeable, intelligent, well-qualified, highly skilled, virtuous, and well-rounded individuals, able to play their full part in society. They will have been prepared and trained to get places in the best sixth forms, the best universities, and the best careers, professions, jobs. They will be able to mix comfortably with people from all backgrounds, able to impress others, and able to lead and to be role models for others. And we hope that this evening you get a sense of our family atmosphere, and that your sons and daughters, if they join us, will really matter to us at Broomfield School. So thank you for joining us this evening. Now, this concludes my address, but it's now time to meet others. Last week, our staff and pupils prepared Broomfield for its open evening. Classrooms were set up with activities, work was put on display, and staff and pupils gathered in subject areas. We want you to experience a full tour of the school as if you were here with us. So I will now hand you over to Sita and Bezhart, your tour guides for this evening.